Welcome to another video on my Arduino Mega2560 combined with breadboard with electronics, and no longer in AVRC but in Octave, well, for now. And with the Octave program I can control the Arduino, and hence I can control the electronics. So let me run it. The point is now that with the Arduino IDE you load programs onto the Arduino, in this case the Mega2560, which retains the program, and as soon as you connect it to power, be it with USB or with power, then it just runs. With Octave you also initially start with Arduino IDE, but then it reflashes the memory or the firmware of the Arduino, and somehow non-volatile memory becomes volatile memory. So as soon as you disconnect the power one way or another, then the program is gone. So now I will start the program within Octave. And this is interesting. Arduino is undefined. So now I have to see why and how that is the case. That is not usual. So I'm going to, things are even, now realize what is going on. I have to load packages. So I'm going to change my program. And I will show you in a minute or so what I did change. So package load Arduino, and that should do it. So let me restart and run. And now it loads. Alright, so that should be visible by this LED going on. Yes. This one doesn't yet, because this one gets its initial power from here. But the fact that this is running and that I also see things on the oscilloscope is a good thing. So that works. This is supposed to get something moved from within the inductor. Very little chance that it will work. However, there should be a voltage backlash, whatever, backlash I think it is, come over this one, and I haven't seen that happen yet. Anyway, this is working, this is working. So now let's go to the screencast and see if I can also manage with this wire to not only control but also read it. And with Octave it's not in variable, but it's going to be in a matrix or a vector or whatever. So let's see if that is going to work. Alright, so now what has happened, and I will show you. In Octave editor I got the program, and I have to load Arduino, the package. I can do that here as well. Let me do that. Yeah. So instead of Arduino here because it will do so each time I run it, but it will do so once only, as long as I put it in here, and I think that's better. Not do it here, because just like now I did forget that I should do it. I think this is better. Now I have to do clear all to make sure that I can run it again. You see that the pulse width modulation on the oscilloscope is running nicely. Last time I also had to introduce a while loop, which is in itself quite weird, because why don't two for loops after another not work? This is a widening pulse width modulation. This is shrinking pulse width modulation in terms of this is going wider or smaller when this is going wider. And the problem is this didn't work, doesn't work. This does work, and this has the same working as this one. So this, forget this for loop, it is for and while. And what I want to do is actually put a wire from a button from here somewhere, and then this is the best place, because this is still in the same line as this wire, straight from the button. And if the wire chooses to cooperate, I would be very pleased. Yes. And this is going somewhere here. Well, a button is digital, analog, and then I would assume that this is a digital wire. No, these are denominated digital. So let me put it into wire. Let's go here somewhere. Which wire is this? That says A. That is not a digital wire. I'm going to go here. That is port 22. I don't mind, as long as I have something. This is D2 coming from here. So this is digital and that is digital, but here it says digital and here it says pulse width modulation. So let me use 22 and see whatever happens in terms of reception of a signal. So let's see if this, and then S1 is okay. And if, and not quite sure if this is going to work. probably should put brackets around it, but let's see if this works. So do it. Duplicate operator, I don't mind. So this is working right now, as you can see on the oscilloscope. And now it's getting smaller. And I do press the button. You can see that the purple one is, which is this one, is activated as well. And now I quit the program to see if any thing is going from the button, but I don't see it. So probably this is not entirely correct. I'll have to look it up, but that's the fun of it. Right, so I figured out that I have to configure D22 to be digital input. Didn't test it yet. So this wire is going all the way here to D22, digital 22, and according to this information I have to set it. Now setting is one action, so I basically should put this line right here, just one time and no longer needed. And then if D22 is 1, then as this way 1 is okay and other not okay. Haven't tested yet, so let's do it though. Run. And now hoping something is going to happen. No, digital input is undefined. No kidding. Well, if I look here, valid modes can be digital input, acquire digital signals from pin. So looking down, get pin info, I don't mind. So then how do I read something? Read analog pin. Okay, read digital pin. Inputs, object and pin. So AR would be the object. So read digital pin, alright. Which is somewhere different than I understood. So let me then comment this out and say okay, if read digital pin, right? Yeah. AR, comma, and then the pin. Okay. D22, very good. Is 1. Because you have to keep the brackets in order. If read digital pin from the Arduino, then D22 is 1. Let's keep this moving. Oh wait, would it run? Yes, I think so, but let me do a clear all anyway. And go. No problem this time. So let's go here. Press the button. Oh, see, the oscilloscope already shows that it's working. And now I have the problem that I don't immediately see the content. So now I have to interrupt. See, this is a little bit of a problem. It is not okay, so it did work, but I would have loved to see it run. Another clear all. And how can I make sure that this just works? If I remove this, not quite sure that this is the right solution, but let's go. With output in Octave, having a semicolon at the end means that the output is suppressed. Let's go. And once again, press the button, leave it. I should actually leave, keep the button pressed, and okay, and oh, it did even go to the last while. Okay, so clear all. Will F5 work? No, F5 does not work now. So I have to be in here. F5. Go. And then, yeah, reading is after the while. So after I see that it gets less, then it will be red. Okay, now it should be red. Let's see. Not okay. Really? I did keep it pressed. Oh, maybe it's not D22 after all. Yeah, it is. Okay, you know what? I move it from 22 to D4 because this is D4. The whole thing is that I've used this all the way as digital out and digital in. So let me change D22 into D4. And let me check this one again. Example. Oh, pin value is something. I didn't read far enough. Right. If pin value, all right, let's say is 1 is, ooh, that goes wrong. So if, oh, read digital pin, of course. Yes, then I have to change this as well. So this goes away, and this goes away. So you read it, and then if S1 is 1, else display something else. Okay. Time to test again after I clear up. Alright, go F5, and it will just run, and I will already hold the pin. Not hold the pin, but hold the button, of course, but you can see that it gets like this, then it gets wider again, so I am already able, or should be able, to see anything, and it still says not okay. After a while it still says not okay. What am I doing wrong? Pin value is, well, this you can replace with your own value. And this should be working. Okay, let me, yeah, that should be of no influence. Replacing the double quotes by single quotes, but let's be consistent. This is all single quote, so let's keep it this also single quote. D4. And of course I can change this by putting this not here but here. So you get the for loop, you get then the digital pin and the while loop in that sequence. Right, necessary clear all, and go again. And hold switch. Now it really should have done or grabbed something, because now the while is going on, and look at this, it's okay now. So apparently the double quote did matter. This one, this line can go. So this means that I can read anyway, and even better, what I should do is display as 1, because now I want to see how it is displayed. Since this is mathematical software, I want to know. It will be in an array, but how exactly? So go, hold the button, this is the for loop, button read, and the while loop. Let's go all the way, and that's the for loop again. So I can let go, and I have to be here. S1 is just 1. Alright, but it's a vector anyway. Important to remember in this case. It's a vector because Octave can only contain in this, well, like this, vectors and matrices. And oh, that's important. Dimension 1 by 1, which says enough. It is a double, but it says enough. 1 by 1 is a matrix, even though it is 1. So that's nice. Right, what's next? Yeah, I have now a little problem. So I am reading from here to here, well, from here into pin 4, which does work, kind of. And I have been wondering, well, what if I keep pressing the button and I keep running the program? Then in a vector you have multiple entries. You have 1, 2, up to how many? So what if I keep pressing the button? To my surprise, it keeps 1. So okay, then how do you initialize an empty vector? Well, by using 0. You can then say 0, 2, which makes effectively a 2-element matrix. So I've been trying to do that with this result. So okay, explanation. Here I initialize the 2-element 0 matrix in this case, and I print it, and then I start the whole of the algorithm, and here I read into S1. So what happens? Initialization that you don't see, then I print S1, and you see it's a 2-element in each dimension, 2 by 2. I could have said 2 by 1, but I have said 2. So then going here, S1 is 1, not 1, 0, not 1, 0, 0 and 1, 1 or whatever. And here it is 1 again. So this looks like it's a unity matrix. Not quite alright, it's a 1 matrix. So why is it 1 instead of 4 ones or whatever? Just 1. Which is something I have to look into. Because you should be able to fill a matrix nicely, and in this case I would say you read twice from a thing, 1 in each time, and still you have in these zeros you have a 1. Most likely my misunderstanding of things, but that's how things work out. And that is for next time. And as a very last part, of course, since I have changed a bit here, let's also take a look at the schematics. So I've tidied up a bit. This is still current, and now for port 4, no longer port 22 of course, but 4, making yeah, this should be here, and this is the digital input. So whatever will happen happens. That's about it. And that is really it for now. I can of course run the program again. So holding it, and then the brightness of this LED should get brighter and brighter and brighter, and then diminish again. And yes, you see exactly happen that, and then get brighter and brighter. So that's hardware where software controls. And this one is off because this wire is still disconnected from the power. So some questions leaving. How to control the backlash of the voltage, and how to make sure that manually created empty matrix gets filled in the way that it should be filled, in my opinion. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up. If you please give a comment or suggestion. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You can also become you can please donate if you like this vlog with videos and etc. Please donate via PayPal or Wired. All information is on my website and at the start of this video. And you can also become a patron and have your name mentioned on my website, or depending on the pledge you make, also on my videos, with my videos. As said, this is to be continued. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.